Much better.
Hey, this is Neil Bortz, and you're listening to John Justice, the #1 morning show in Tucson. My show starts at noon, only on 104.1 The Truth, Tucson's News Talk FM.
A35 751-1041 is the phone number tonight. Cocktails and Conversation. Got into an argument the other day because they started promoting it as Cocktails and Conversations. It doesn't sound right. I know there's multiple conversations going on, but, you know, it's Cocktails and Conversation. Just, you know, like a bit. Now you're looking at me like I'm wrong now. You're looking at me as if to say, I think you may be mistaken on that assessment, John. Cocktails and Conversation sounds better. All right, hey, either way. Conversations. We're going to be out at Jalopi's Grillville. That would be 4230 Oracle Road. Burgers, pizza, microbrew on tap, 4 until 6. Join myself, James T. Harris as well. It's been a while since we had, actually it's been quite a while since we've had a Cocktails and Conversation. We skipped last month because of the anniversary party. So hopefully you can make plans to come on out and join us tonight. Again, Jalopi's Grillville, 4230 Oracle Road, over by the Tucson Mall, 4 until 6 o'clock. Producer Tony, you gonna come out? You gonna come out? Maybe. Phone screener Ross, I'm not even gonna ask you. I don't know what he's a very secretive man. I don't know what he does. Yeah, are you coming tonight? No? Oh, hold on. You chatted over to me. He's gonna tell me what's going on. This thing keeps like. Oh, here we go. Oh, tonight you'll be in San Diego. What do I even want to ask? You're not going as part of a Treo trip, are you? You and Paul Cunningham going to go hang out in San Diego? Mine's broken over here. We'll find out later on. All right. Let's do this. Immigration update. So you know that little executive order that the dictator-in-chief put forward? Arizona officials are now waiting to see if the decision to provide work permits to some illegal immigrants, aliens to some, would require the state to give them driver's licenses. Burns a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. Jim Tate, making sure there wasn't an N in there. Jim Tate, spokesperson for ADOT, said Wednesday that his agency is studying last week's directive that allows many who were brought to the U.S. as children to seek to defer being prosecuted for being in this country illegally to avoid being deported. Now, under a 1996 Arizona law, anyone seeking a driver's license must provide identity and legal presence in the country, technically speaking. I love this, by the way. Doing that thing with my fingers. Technically speaking. Friday's move does not grant legal status to anyone who entered the country illegally or overstayed their visa. But the order does say who will qualify, and those that do qualify will be issued permits by the federal government entitling them to work legally. So, are they legal or are they not legal? At this time, it's not known how or if the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and their announcement to exercise discretion will affect the requirements for credential issuances, said Tate. No way. He said Homeland Security said it will take about 60 days to implement the directive. Let me stop here for a second. This goes back to what Janet Napolitano said before about it's not amnesty. We're just exercising discretion. And the media went right along with it. It is amnesty. Well, we're not technically giving them citizenship, even though they can stay in the country, not be busted for staying in the country, and we're going to let them go get jobs. Okay. Kind of that alone is a bit of a slap to the illegal alien themselves, because when they talk about this, no human is illegal, and all of the emotional aspect of what it means to be an illegal alien in this country. And you hear this all the time. They just want to be Americans. They just want to be a part of this. They're so patriotic. They're constantly wrapping themselves in the American flag when they're out there protesting for open borders. Not happening at all. This is actually kind of a slap in the face. Because it's basically saying, we're going to let you work or we're going to let you stay, but we're not going to go actually so far to grant you actual citizenship. So hey, you're cool, you're just not that cool. Just be sure you vote for us. The driver's license one's an interesting one, because when you start getting into the issue of voting rights, now you're looking at a circumstance where you start providing these individuals with driver's licenses and, hooky-ta. You know, and why, they always talk about all this voter fraud, and every time I go to vote, man, these guys are checking everything with me. I don't care. Can I see your voter registration card? Can I see your license? Can I see your insurance, please? Are you a member of Blockbuster? Do you have a gym membership? Library card? I actually had them ask me if I had one of those cards they punch when you go to Sport Clips to get your hair cut. Right? I'm sorry, you're not allowed to vote. You have not reached your free MVP yet. Right. Go get your hair cut and please return, then you may be allowed to vote. Didn't happen, by the way. Just want to point that out. How many Arizonans that might be affected is unclear. Homeland Security says 800,000. The Migration Policy Institute said it could be closer to 1.4 million. We're looking at 50,000 individuals in Arizona could be affected by this. 50,000. That's a lot of voters. That's a lot of jobs. Governor Jan Brewer is looking for dough to help fight it. Talks about the possibility of the actions affecting state law. Annoyed Governor Jan Brewer. And I don't know if you know this, an annoyed Governor Jan Brewer is an unhappy Governor Jan Brewer. No amount of ABBA will be able to calm Governor Jan Brewer. ABBA? Did I say ABBA?
Yeah.
No, I said like ABBA. Well, that's the Muslim cover version of ABBA, is ABBA. Gotta work on that. It's kind of fun. I like that. There's a lot of places you could go with that, right? I almost sang an ABBA song. I did. She has a goal of raising $50,000. Now I got ABBA stuck in my head. This is not good. I have a goal of raising $50,000 in opposition to this ridiculous policy. She said this with Waterloo blaring in the background. Will you help me reach the goal by donating today? I apologize to everybody who is humming that song in their head right now. I know I have to raise money for my PAC if I'm going to get my message out, and if I'm going to be able to do these things, it's going to take to get the job done on this upcoming election. She's trying to take advantage of it as well. I can't hardly blame her. In the meantime, this is just bad all the way around. And I take this back to what we were discussing in terms of the now complete lack of media focus on this. There's no talk of this. The Fast and Furious, and again, it's important, but the Fast and Furious executive order completely sank any coverage of the executive decision from the week before. And even that, as of today, there hasn't been nearly as much coverage on Fast and Furious since yesterday in the executive order. The news cycle right now, it's turning over so quick, and it's playing right into the hands of Barack Obama and all of this. It's sad. Now, sure, we'll still hammer it on the air, but it's not going to go anywhere if the media continues to ignore it. And as I said, when you get back to this whole issue of granting this amnesty, it is amnesty, this whole exercise discretion, whatever. This is amnesty to these individuals. When they were interviewing those that were going to be able to take advantage of this, there was no discussion of, well, how are they living their lives beforehand? The guy that got into the auto accident, did he have a license? How did he get that license? Was it a fake ID? How did he get that fake ID? Was he a part of a fake ID operation where he got it that was granting fake IDs to say juveniles. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Not to mention the fact that aren't they going to be able to find out essentially who the parents of these individuals that are now granted this amnesty through the amnesty checklist? How long have you been here? I don't know. How long was I supposed to be here for? Did you graduate? Do I need to have graduated? Yes, you do. Then I did. I mean, that's about as detailed as they're going to get in the process of giving these individuals amnesty. And at the same time, when they find out who their parents are they going to get deported? No, probably not. And it was all baby steps working towards this. The unintended consequences, or the unintended consequences, meaning the ramifications it's going to have in terms of our economy, in terms of the jobs that aren't there. So now these individuals can go and get them. Are they going to be given any kind of special treatment in this manner? If businesses try to not hire individuals that have been granted this special immunity, are they going to be forced to have to? And to what jobs? I mean, but the administration didn't care about any of that. They didn't care about any of it. All they cared about was securing votes. All they cared about was grabbing on to a significant voter bloc and then hoping the news media, the news cycle, will do exactly what it did. And that is just move on and not talk about it anymore. And it's a failure of the leadership in Washington as well not to pick up where the media left off and carry, the banner on this and fight them on it. It's one thing I didn't get a chance to get to Katie Pavlovich this morning. If you missed her interview, we'll have it up as a podcast at 1041thetruth.com. But one of the things that I wanted to ask her about was, is there anybody in Washington right now that's willing to take up this fight? Anybody, members of Congress, apart from Issa and the rest of them, in terms of sticking it to Obama on this executive privilege? Mitt Romney needs to come out stronger than he did. 751-1041 is the phone number. 87 degrees outside. So I've got pro and con articles here. Will immigration reform spur economic growth? Yes and no. I'll give you this. Coming up next on the John Justice Show, you're listening to 1041 The Truth, your rational retreat from the irrational. It's Tucson's News Talk FM.